Hi, my dear students. I welcome you to learn about the second part of the lesson that Japan and Brazil through a traveler's eyes, which is written by ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಿಕೇಸ್. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಿಕೇಸ್ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜಪಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೆಜಿಲ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲರ್ಸ್ ಐಸ್ ಎನ್ನುವ ಪಾಠದ 2ನೇ ಆವೃತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಟುಡೇ we will know about the traffic in Brazil. This excerpt is taken from How to Tango, a humorous commentary on South America by George Mickes. The author tells us in a humorous vein how the people of Brazil drive their motor vehicles. He also records his appreciation of the people's talent for decorating their grey pavements. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೆಜಿಲಿಯನ್ನರಿಗೆ ಆತುರವೆಂದರೇನು ಎಂದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಎಂಬ ಹೇಳಿಕೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಬಂಧವನ್ನ ಆರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸಿ, nobody hurries in Brazil. It does not really matter whether you reach your destination and or too soon, a day late or not at all. The grey pavements in the streets of Copacabana are often decorated with a beautiful black mosaics, a unique type of decoration. Only a people alive to beauty in their surroundings and who have plenty of time for contemplation during their meditative ambulatory exercises would take the trouble to decorate the pavements they walk on. Here, the writer narrates his experiences while walking as a tourist through the streets of Copacabana. The very first sentence is a comment about their time consciousness. He says very casually, "Nobody hurry in Brazil." Then he sarcastically adds, "It does not really matter whether you reach your destination an hour soon, a day late or not at all." ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಜಿಲ್ ದೇಶದ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅವಸರವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ತಮ್ಮ ಗುರಿಗೆ ತಲುಪುವ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಅಥವಾ 1 ದಿನ ತಡವಾಗ್ಲಿ ಚಿಂತಿಸೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಯ ಪಾದಚಾರಿಯ ಹಾದಿಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಶೃಂಗಾರಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಗ್ರೇ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ Copacabana. He states that the grey pavements in the streets are often decorated with a beautiful black mosaics, which he calls a unique types of decoration. Then he gives a people of Brazil his compliments for their talent for doing such a decorations. He remarks only the people alive to beauty in their surroundings and who have plenty of times to contemplation during their meditative ambulatory exercises would take the trouble to decorate the pavements they walk on. He uses a pompous term, ambulatory exercises, to refer to their walking style. ಬ್ರಾಜಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಪಾದಚಾರಿಯ ಹಾದಿಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಶೃಂಗಾರಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತವೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಮನಸ್ಸೇ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೇಖಕರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಒಂದ್ ರೀತಿಲಿ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಅಲಂಕಾರವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. However, as soon as these easy-going, leisurely character get a steering wheel in their hands, no speed is fast enough for them. You would then be inclined to believe that gaining a 1/10 of a second is a matter of grave importance for all of them all the time. And here says that one should also note that though here he is appreciating the peoples for their aesthetic sense, he is also satirizing their sluggish walking style or the lethargic attitude of the people. In very next sentence, he makes fun of their driving style. He tells the reader that the very same leisurely character, when they get behind a steering wheel, they drive very fast and are reckless. Having made a comment about their time consciousness, now he says gaining a tenth of a second is a matter of grave importance for all of them and all the time. Then readers cannot but infer that the people of Copacabana are very lethargic only while walking and are reckless while driving vehicles. So, motor cars extremely expensive in Brazil. Import duties being crippling and murderous. Only a few other poorer South American states are in a worse position. In this respect, complaints are universal. Hardly anyone can afford a car. Yet this only means that the number of motor vehicles is growing by leaps and bounds, almost as if cars were disturbed free of charge to all and sundry. Thus the pedestrian's life is becoming more hazardous every day. Here, the writer remarks that the buying a motor car in Brazil is an extremely expensive even because import duty for importing cars from other countries is very high. In this context, he also compares Brazil with other countries in South America and says only a few other poorer South American states are in a worse position in this respect. Then he remarks that the complaints are universal. Hardly anyone can afford a car. Having said this, he proceeds to say that you find an unimaginably large number of motor cars here. Then he makes a satirical comments on the craze of people for buying cars. And also he says the number of motor vehicles is growing by leaps and bounds as if they were distributed free of charge to all and sundry. The reader should be careful to note here that the author is also expressing his doubt or surprise at the capacity of a people to pay such a huge import duties to buy a car. ಬ್ರೆಜಿಲ್ನ ಜನರು ಕಾರು ಪ್ರಿಯರು, ಆದರೆ ಬಹುಸಂಖ್ಯಾತರು ಕಾರು ಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ವಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾರುಗಳ ಆಮದು ಸುಂಕ ದುಬಾರಿ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂತ. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಕಾರು ಸ್ಪಿರಿಂಗ್ ಕೈಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಕಾರು ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾರಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಊಹಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ನೋಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ರೀತಿಲಿ ಗಾಬರಿ ಆಗುವಂತೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾದಾಚಾರಿಗಳು ನಡೆಯುವ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಪ್ಪು ಮೊಸೈಕ್ ಕಲ್ಲುಗಳಿಂದ ಅಲಂಕರಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗಳು ಪಾದಚಾರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕಂಡೊಡನೆ ಅವರನ್ನ ಗುರಿಯಾಗಿಟ್ಟಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಕಾರು ನುಗ್ಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಪಾದಚಾರಿಗಳು ಪ್ರಾಣ ಸಂಕಟದಿಂದ ಚಂಗನ ಜಿಗಿಯುತ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಕೇರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಪೆಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ದ ಟ್ರಬಲ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ಕೇರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೆಮ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಲುಕ್ ಔಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್. As soon as the driver notices the pedestrian steps off and pavements, and he regards him as fair game, he takes him and accelerate. The pedestrian has to jump, leap and run for dear life. He does not resent this in the least. Driver and pedestrian, hunter and prey smile amicably at each other. I win today, you will win tomorrow. Fair enough. Then he explained how reckless the people who drive motor vehicles are. He remarks that it is not the drivers do not care about pedestrians. The trouble is they are in fact on the lookout for them. As soon as a driver notices a pedestrian step off the pavements, the driver considered him as a fair game. He takes aim and accelerates. The pedestrian has to jump, leap and run for dear life. In these lines, the author is trying to tell the readers how reckless the drivers are and how they chase people as hunters do while hunting an animal. However, in the next line, he compliments the people for their sweet and sensible temperament. He tells the readers that the pedestrian does not resent being targeted by the driver. He says drive and pedestrian, hunter and prey smile amicably at each other and they appear to be saying, I win today, you will tomorrow. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕಸ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಅಪಘಾತಗಳು ಸಂಭವಿಸಿದರೆ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾದಚಾರಿಗಳು ಸಿಟ್ಟಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಆಯ್ತು, ಇಂದು ನೀವು ಗೆದ್ರಿ, ಸೊ ನಾಳೆ ನಾವು ಗೆಲ್ತೇವೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂತ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಪರಸ್ಪರ ನೋಡಿ ನಕ್ಕು ಮುಂದೆ ಸಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ಅವರಲ್ಲಿಯ ತಾಳ್ಮೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ದ ವಾರ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಸ್ themselves in a murderous but good tempered. They cut in, they overtake on both sides. They force you to brake violently and commit all the most heinous crimes of the road and 20 times every hour. But they smile at you the same time. There is no anger, no hostility, no mad hooting. And here says that the author talks about the rivalry between two cars. Though the war between two drivers appears to be murderous and they are good-tempered, he describes the style of their driving. They cut in, overtake on both sides, force you brake violently and commit all the most of heinous crimes on the roads 20 times an hour. Despite exhibiting such a recklessness in their driving, they smile at you and they do not show any anger, no hostility and no mad hooting. ಇನ್ನು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗಳ ನಡುವಿನ ನಡವಳಿಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗಳು ರಸ್ತೆ ಎರಡೂ ಬದಿಗೆ ಓವರ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಾಸರಿ 20 ಅಪಘಾತಗಳು ಸಂಭವಿಸ್ತವೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೂ ಜಗಳ ಆಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರು ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೂ ಸಿಟ್ಟಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವರು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ತಮ್ಮ ಪಾಡಿ ತಾವು ಕಾರ್ ಚಲಾಯಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತರರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಅವೆನಿಡಾ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟೆ ವರ್ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್. You stand there trying to cross the road and contemplating the truly fascinating problem. How can traveling traffic proceed at such a terrifying speed as hour after or passes without a ray of hope of an auspicious crossing? You may witness a scene something like this. A man on your side of Avedia Vargas suddenly catches sight of a friend of his on the other side and starts waving to him at the same time, looking completely mystified. Here recalls an incident that had probably witnessed in a place called Avenida Presidente Vargas. He says it is the worst place in Brazil, known for its crowded and slow-moving traffic. His statement is paradoxical. He says on the one hand, drive recklessly, and here he calls the traffic traveling traffic. He says even the onlookers will be contemplating the truly fascinating problem. How can traveling traffic proceed at such terrifying speed? One can imagine the number of vehicles moving at such a traffic speed, and probably it is the number of vehicles moving at the time together, which makes the readers calls it traveling traffic. He comments about the helplessness of the pedestrian who wishes to cross the road waiting for hours on end. How on earth did you get over there? He shouts across, trying to make himself hear above the traffic. It is the other fellow's turn to be surprised by this. Navy questions. He yells back, how? I was born on this side. Here the writer is going to conclude the narrating a jovial anecdote. He tells the readers that he might witness a situation in which a man standing beside you on your sides of the road suddenly discovered a friend of his on the other side and starts waving to him. He asks him, how on earth did you ever get there? The other's fellow yells back, how? I was born on this side only. The author narrates this anecdote probably to convince the readers how difficult it is to cross a by road in Avenida Vargas. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಟರ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬ್ರಾಜಿಲ್ ದೇಶದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ವಾಹನ ದಟ್ಟಣೆಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡುವ ನಗರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವೆವಿಡಾ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ವರ್ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ರಸ್ತೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ದಾಟುವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟಕರ ಸಂಗತಿ ಅಂತ, ದಿನವಿಡೀ ಕಾಯ್ದ್ರೂ ದಾಟಕ್ಕಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಲೇಖಕರು ಹೇಳಿರುವಂತೆನೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಆಚೆಗೆ ಇರುವ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತನಿಗೆ ಕೂಗಿದನಂತೆ, ಏನಂತ, ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೋದು ಆ ರಸ್ತೆ ದಾಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಆತ ಇರುವಂತವನು, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಇರುವಂತವನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು, ಇನ್ನು ರಸ್ತೆ ದಾಟುವುದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಗೆ ಚಟಾಕಿಯಿಂದ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸಮರಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಸನ್, ಜಪಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೆಜಿಲ್. ಸೊ in this video we have completed that traffic in Brazil. So thank you for watching this lesson. Like, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you.